could be here for a while.
Jordan from the outside. Yes, it's tied. A three-pointer can tie for the Jazz. He's got it. Jordan lets it go. And ties the game.
Get a good seat and watch closely. The Bulls and Jazz are coming up next. Better than 18,000 will be on hand in the beautiful Delta Center on the foothills of the Wasatch Mountain Range as the unbeaten Chicago Bulls take on the Utah Jazz. Hi, everybody. I'm Wayne Larue, and this should be a treat here tonight. These are two of the better teams of the NBA. The Bulls unbeaten, as I mentioned, and the Utah Jazz have won 5 in a row. A pleasure, as always, to have alongside Johnny Red Kerr. And Red, while I mentioned these two teams are playing very well, not many teams around the league are.
You're right, Wayne. This should be a good one tonight. 2 good teams playing. There's only about 4 teams playing really good in this league. Matter of fact, we had a chance to talk to Phil and said, Phil, what's going on? There's only about 4 good teams playing.
This season has started out very unusual because we've had leaders almost in every division that have jumped out big in the Midwest and the West. Obviously, Pacific Coast with Seattle, Houston in the Midwest, and Chicago. And in the also with Chicago's Detroit has come out to a real good start. Our league is right now a little bit imbalanced, a little bit of teams catching up to the chemistry in the league. I don't think this unequation or inequality is going to last very long. I think Miami is going to show their ability. Indiana's going to surface. New York, who's lost only 3 games, but still it's 3. They'll start to pull away. You'll see the teams that are the cream of the crop, but I think there are 5 in the West that are very good. San Antonio without David Robinson is going to be hurting until December when he gets back. And then you're going to see their 5 come together, and it's going to be, 5 solid teams in each division, or each conference, I should say, with the 3 teams rounding it out that are fighting for to find a way into the playoffs.
You know what's such a treat about tonight's game is that all season long we've been seeing teams that are putting their parts in place, trying to get the chemistry together. These 2 teams already have their parts assembled.
Well, you're right, Wayne. Of course, the Bulls have everybody they had last year except Robert Parrish, okay? This team we're playing tonight has got about the same situation. They've got 2 great players, though, Stockton and Malone. We had a chance to talk to their coach, Jerry Sloan, about those 2 players.
Stockton and Malone are unusual players. Primarily, when we first came here and started working with them, it was interesting the approach they took to the game. They're extremely hard workers, and I think that's one of the things that's carried their career as long as they have. They take tremendous care of themselves. I've never been around players that's worked as hard off the floor to try to stay in shape and be ready to play as these 2 guys have been. And I think that's extended their career because so many times I think guys get hurt playing the game a lot of times because they don't really take terrific care of themselves, and these 2 guys have done that. They've only missed 8 games in 23 years, so that says a lot about them staying in shape, being ready to play.
Well, I tell you, Stockton and Malone, Pippen and Jordan, 4 of the top 50 players of all time on the floor here tonight. The Bulls are also on this road trip discovering a new emerging player, Jason Caffey, in his 2nd year.
You're right, Jason Caffey. This is what he did, 11 points, 5 rebounds, went to the free throw line 14 times. Not an easy feat here in the NBA. And yes, good news, Jason Caffey's playing good basketball.
Well, we've had some interesting battles, to say the least, as you saw a few moments ago out here in Salt Lake City. The Bulls and the Utah Jazz, the starting lineups, the opening tip just ahead.
Tony Kukoc, number 8, 6'10" forward from Providence, Dickey Simpkins. Wearing number 25, 6'3" guard.
Back at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Wayne Larue, Johnny Red Kerr. Good to have you with us for another Saturday night of Bulls basketball on WGN. The Utah Jazz at 7-2 have won 5 in a row, and the Chicago Bulls, the only unbeaten team left in the NBA. The introduction to the starting lineups is being made to this sellout crowd here in Salt Lake City. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. For the Bulls up front, it all begins with Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen, 28 and then 37 in the game before in Phoenix.
His opposite is Dennis Rodman on the other side.
Coming off only a 7-rebound game. Look for him to go to the boards hard now.
In the middle, Luke Longley, who's been bothered by sore knees of late.
That'll give him a good test against this young rookie, Greg Ostertag.
In the backcourt, Ron Harper.
Ron did a nice job, 11 points in that game in Denver.
And Michael Jordan rounds out the starting quintet.
Michael Jordan loves this kind of competition.
The head coach of the Bulls, Phil Jackson. And for the Utah Jazz, Brian Russell gets the call up front.
Not only brings 10 points a game, maybe, but also brings some good defense.
Karl Malone will be on the left block most of the night.
Wow, Karl Malone, the mailman. He'll be trying to deliver it.
Greg Ostertag in the middle.
Well, this is going to be a good wrestling match to start out between he and Luke.
John Stockton, the NBA's all-time assist leader in the backcourt.
And all-time steals leaders as well.
And Jeff Hornacek, a local Chicagoland product, rounds out the starting five.
You worry about Karl Malone and Stockton, and this kid will kill you.
The head coach is Jerry Sloan. His number 4 hangs from the rafters at the United Center. One of the all-time great Chicago Bulls. And there's one of the all-time great Bulls as well. Phil Jackson. He'll be remembered as an all-time great coach. He's led this franchise to 4 NBA championships. These are 2 of the best defensive teams in the league. There's a look at the defense. Opponents getting under 100 points, under 90 points a game. And the field goal percentage, well, opponents' field goals shooting very low at 40% each. Michael Jordan looks forward to a game like tonight, as Red mentioned. $18,000 on hand here in Salt Lake City to see this game. The Jazz coming off wins over Los Angeles on Wednesday and Golden State in overtime here at the Delta Center the other night.
Well, we've had Robert Parrish added to the injured list with a lumbosacral sprain, and Dickie Simpkins has been activated for tonight's game, Wayne.
A lumbo?
Lumbo.
Is that a musical instrument, or I thought I saw that in a concert the other night? Bennett Salvador, Bruce Alexander, Tony Brothers, the officials tonight. Chicago Bulls continuing this road trip, and Jerry Sloan's Utah Jazz. Who's hot? Michael Jordan last 4 games. Tony Kukoc, Jason Caffey has played very well since coming off the injured list. The Bulls, the best record in NBA history a year ago. Meanwhile, Utah, 55-27 season, regular season, and they made it to the finals of the Western Conference last year. Dennis Rodman will battle Karl Malone. Rodman, one of the best defenders against the post-up move.
Well, there he goes. Little dust off here right in front of us.
Stockton and Malone, although they are aging, they are 2 of the most durable players in the NBA today. Utah in the home whites and the Bulls in the familiar traveling red uniforms. Longley and Ostertag on the tap. And the tip controlled by Chicago. Harper, Jordan, the backcourt. Rodman, Pippen up front with Luke Longley, sore knees and all in the middle. And they go to Luke on the block. Double down from Stockton. Longley has it blocked by Ostertag. Ostertag blocking almost 2.5 shots a game. Here's Stockton to Malone. Malone to the right hand. Back tapped rebound out to Brian Russell. Jeff Hornacek has struggled from the floor, had a breakout game the other night against Golden State. And Malone to the fadeaway. It's short, and Harper is there.
You're right, Hornacek had a big game, but he's only shooting about 18% from the three-point line.
Which is unusual
Very,
for him.
yes.
Michael wants it on the block. Oh, good look to Longley. Luke missed on the layup. Ulster tag to Stockton. Stockton on the drive. Hornacek off the screen. Well, the Bulls very quick defensively. They will make this Utah team work in the half court. Stockton, through the defense, beautiful. The genius of John Stockton drew the defense and then laid it off to Malone. 2-0 Utah. Scottie, Pippen for three, ring it up. Pippen a big first quarter the other night at Phoenix. He and Michael combined to score the first 25 points of the game for the Bulls in that game. Malone, nice look in the front. Young third-year player out of Long Beach State. Jazz leading in the early going. Michael to Longley in the lane. Luke looking for room, stopped by Stockton in the foul. Bennett Salvador had it all the way, and John Stockton helping out defensively picks up the first foul of the game.
3-second violation they call over the top of the foul, and I'll tell you one time, Luke is struggling here against Ostertag. He doesn't know whether to go left, right, or what to do with the ball. Said one shot blocked, and he's got a 3-second call. He should be able to take this young man.
Ostertag out front. Jazz leading in the early going, 4-3. Malone on the block against Rodman. Harper doubled down for a moment. Stockton for three. 3 of 6 shooting from the floor now for Utah. Pippen to answer with another tray. His second of the game. He has all 6 Chicago points.
That's the way he started out in Phoenix. He really went to work at 37 points in that game.
Malone looking to dish off, and we got a foul.
Ronnie Harper with the foul, and all they did was throw the ball into Malone, and they crisscross. There it is. Here comes the guard. Sets a little screen and then continues on.
Stockton sets it up at the point for Utah. Jazz leading by 1. Hornacek the catch and shoot. Dennis Rodman battling Malone. Malone wins this one. 4 for Karl Malone. Michael goes to work. And the Bulls back to within 1. Early going first quarter. This is going to be a good one. Stockton sets the floor. Russell gets by Pippen. 10 to go on the shot clock. It's Malone wide open. Karl Malone, a much improved face the basket shooter in recent years.
Loves to go down that baseline and take that 16, 17 footer. He's got nice range on it. Look, a little steal by Stockton now.
Stockton hits Russell.
Beautifully done. Stockton passed the first man up, gave it to Russell. Russell comes in for his second basket of the night.
13-8 Utah. No one makes better decisions on the break than John Stockton with the ball. Michael clears off a screen by Longley, and MJ second from the field. He has 4.
The shooting has been dynamite here tonight. 4 out of 6.
6 out of 10 for Utah. 3-point lead for the Jazz. Malone bears watching at 17 feet. Now he's got it on the block. Stockton getting baseline. On the reverse, left it short. Rodman the rebound. Clears ahead to Luke Longley. Almost traveled. Scottie. Had it knocked away as he drove the lane, and a foul call. It's going to be on John Stockton.
Well, Pip has hit 2 threes from out here, so now he looks at it, comes down the lane. Stockton's going to reach in here, get him on her left wrist. Take one more look at it. Stockton trying to stop Pip from coming down. They need somebody to take the ball out of bounds. Bruce Alexander says, be my guest over here, if you will, Dennis.
The inbounds to Harper. The Bulls set up, trailing by 3. Jordan gets by Hornacek.
Oh, gets by everybody and hammers it. Ostertag too slow to get over to get Michael and a power slam with the tongue of wagon.
And Jordan off to a quick start. 3 of 3 from the field and 6 points. 1 point Utah lead. On the feet of Malone. 8 points for Karl Malone. 4 of 7 from the field for him. Torrid shooting. And these are 2 of the best defensive teams in the league we're watching tonight. Yet the offense has carried the moment. Jordan to the fade. Scottie on the tip, and he gets it.
Pip and Michael with all the points. 8 for Pip, 6 for Mike.
Stockton sets the floor. Malone's up high this time. Gonna watch the screen roll in this situation. And a kick coming up against the Bulls.
Bulls have to watch an illegal defense. Luke almost got a timeout.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Yes, 2 of the best defensive teams in the league, but it has been all offense so far. Bulls 6 of 9 from the field. Jazz even better, 7 for 12. The Bulls with 6 points, he and Scottie Pippen.
Not too many guys do this in half court, but here goes Michael around Ostertag and Hornacek up, and he slams. You know what that means, Wayne?
$25 from McDonald's and Charitables every time a Bull slam dunks in tonight's game. Malone 17 feet away.
10 for Malone.
He hit an 18-footer the other night to tie the game in regulation against Golden State. Bulls are down by 3. Scottie with 10
Ostertag should be in there as an illegal defense.
Jordan raises over Hornacek. Michael now with 8 points.
You know what? The 3 superstars are doing what they're supposed to do. Stockton with a 3, 10 for Malone, 8 for Pippen, 8 for Jordan.
4 of the best players at their positions in the history of the game. Nice look. Malone to Brian Russell. Red, one thing you notice when you watch the Utah Jazz, they are one of the best interior passing teams in the NBA. Malone, in addition to being an improved shooter, is a much improved passer over the last several years as well. Timeout taken by the Bulls. The Utah Jazz, with 5:38 to go in this first quarter, has pulled out to a 3-point lead at 19-16. At Chicago Tribune Hat Night, first 10,000 fans entering the United Center will receive a Bulls hat compliments of the Chicago Tribune. Bulls resume offensively, trailing by 3. Rodman, high screen for Jordan. Michael had it knocked away. I believe that was Hornacek from behind, or is it Malone? No, Malone is guilty of the foul. These are 2 of the best teams in the NBA at defending. Lowest field goal percentage for their opponents, but they're also 2 of the best shooting teams in the NBA as well.
What was Michael doing with that ball if he wasn't shooting it? They're going to give it to him out of bounds. They call a foul on Malone.
There's a look at the shooting here tonight. It's been all offense tonight. Jordan facing Hornacek. Backs off at the baseline. Nicely done. Michael with 5 from the field. He has 10 points. Jordan 5 of 6 shooting. 1-point lead for Utah, and a foul coming up.
Harp's second foul.
Rodman they got on the foul.
Rodman with the foul.
His first, second on the team. Brian Russell on the inbounds. Here's Stockton.
Stockton right now, working off of 2 screens out there, one on Malone and one on Ostertag.
Now away from the ball, we've got some shoving down low, and let's see what we have here. Luke Longley picks up the foul. Off the ball, his first, 3rd on the team. Consecutive games with 10 or more points. These 2 guys deliver.
And they've each got 10 tonight. Down low. Michael Jordan on foul. This is the 3rd foul round on this end. 3 fouls on this possession. Bulls have 4 in the first quarter.
1-point lead, Utah. Just under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Ostertag on the block.
Illegal defense.
Illegal defense called against the Bulls.
I'll tell you, Bulls got 3 fouls and illegal defense on this time down the floor.
Phil Jackson chiding the officials, and way to go, fellas. Stockton sets it up. Took the screen from Malone, went the other way. Just to the hoop.
Took Harper to school on that play. Lulled him, went to the middle, and right down the baseline.
Michael looking to get it back in a hurry, and Hornacek grabbed him. Hornacek's first personal, third on the team.
Substitution, Howard Isley.
Howard Isley comes on, replacing John Stockton. Stockton, 2 of 3 shooting from the field, 5 points and 4 assists.
Comes Tony into the game. Let's see who he comes for, Luke or
going to get Harper, I believe. Yeah.
That'll put Pip in the backcourt. Tony at the small.
Bulls a bigger squad on the floor now than Utah has at every position except center and power forward. Kukoc out on the floor. Tony
just comes in the game and lights him up for a long deuce.
Howard Isley's been doing a pretty good job in the backcourt in relief of John Stockton. Hornacek on the wing. Malone's out high. Rodman, a lot of defense out front for him in this matchup. Russell on the baseline. He has 8 points. He's been averaging 10 points a game. And he's been getting loose more often than not in this first quarter. Utah leading by 3 once again. Michael against Hornacek. Boy, I tell you what, MJ has really come to play in this one. 12 points for Jordan. He's only missed once in 7 shot attempts. Not that Michael doesn't come to play every night, mind you.
Right.
Isley utilizing the screen by Malone, trying to drop it off to Ostertag, and the big guy not expecting it.
I think that's their first turnover in the second
Substitution number 40.
First turnover.
Back in the lineup for Howard Isley.
Stockton back quickly.
I thought they were going to give him a rest. I was just going to say what they probably do is to just let him sit down and rest a little bit as you get older. Well, Stockton didn't
come back. They brought in Shandon Anderson. Anderson is their second-round draft choice, a rookie.
Out of Georgia.
And he's played well for them of late. Michael lost Russell. A little too strong on the shot, and Hornacek picks it off. Here come the Jazz on the run. 3-on-2, Hornacek into traffic.
Hornacek forced that fast break. Did it well, 25-22.
Hornacek's first 2 points of the night. 22nd timeout. Phil Jackson not at all happy right now with his ball club. They'll talk it over.
Talking to Luke and Dennis and said, you guys got to come in, get that rebound. Dennis Rodman with 1 rebound now in the first 9 minutes. He had 7 in Denver. Luke Longley without a rebound now.
Our next telecast a week from tonight should all go well. Between now and then, that could be the game that would break the all-time record for best start. But we're way ahead of ourselves.
Get by this one.
Get by this one. Then to Los Angeles for a game against the Clippers on Monday. Then Friday in Dallas against the Mavericks. And then the big game Saturday night. Again, should all go well.
Well, Jerry talked about Brian Russell and Shandon Anderson, 2 of his guys he thought would give him good defense, and he's going right to him. One guy starting, and the first substitution is Anderson.
Luke in close. So they go right in tight to Luke Longley on Greg Ostertag, and Luke gets his first 2 points of the game. Bulls trail by 1.
Good move by Luke, straight into that hoop.
This is Malone. Hornacek off the weave, forced it up in traffic and was fouled.
Luke, the second.
Chicago personal foul.
See what Phil does.
Number 13, Luke Longley picks up his second. It'll be a penalty situation.
Here's the pass through, and then Luke Longley stand, boom. Big body, big body. Hornacek will go to the free throw line. That's their 5th foul.
Hornacek, as I mentioned, broke out of his shooting slump against Golden State when he hit 11 of 17 from the field on Thursday night. Michael talking adjustments perhaps with Phil Jackson right now. Utah's been very effective offensively in this first quarter. Bulls haven't been bad either. Hornacek with a pair of free throws. Utah leads by 3. Biggest lead has been 5 points for the Jazz. Michael against Brian Russell. They clear it out for him. He goes to the fadeaway.
Oh, a little move to the baseline. He lost his man. Mike with 14.
7 field goals for Jordan here tonight and 9 field goal attempts.
He gets to the free throw line a couple times. Could be astro numbers.
Shandon Anderson. Malone up high. A good look inside. Russell. He has 10 points and 5 from the field. Everything in close for Brian Russell.
20 points to the 2 forwards tonight.
Karl Malone with 5 assists already tonight in this game.
10 points, 5 assists. Working on a good one.
Tony finds Luke Longley to the right hand. Too strong with a hook. Hornacek out of there. Utah by 3. Hornacek 4-3.
That's a kind of fast break they like to run. Get you going back. Hornacek with 7.
Biggest lead of the night for Utah. 6 points. Anderson denies the pass to Kukoc. Utah on the run. Hornacek for 3 again. Longley is there for the rebound. Scottie with the lead to Tony Kukoc.
There's the Ostertag's in there. Shouldn't be an illegal.
There is an illegal defense called against Utah.
Jazz illegal defense warning and illegal defense warning to
Bruce Alexander makes the call to Ton Ostertag. Steve Kerr up off the bench and checks in for the Bulls. Scottie Pippen has the seat on the bench. Pippen 3 of 3 shooting from the field with 8 points. 69 seconds to go, first quarter. Michael has been on fire in this first quarter.
He still is on fire. 16. The fans are loving it.
And the Bulls are down by just 4. Hornacek over to Anderson. Malone made a stutter step move and drew the foul on Dennis Rodman. Rodman's second personal, and the team is over the limit. Hey, Bulls fans, the NBA's hottest youth competition is back again. McDonald's NBA 2-Ball, brought to you by Dominic's, is a 2-person basketball skills competition for kids ages 9 to 17. For more information, call your local park district for the Bulls at 312-455-4000. Karl Malone with 10 points at the free throw line while Tony Kukoc and Phil Jackson talk it over. A lot of concern on that Bulls bench in this first quarter. Consecutive seasons with 2,000 or more points. Karl Malone, 9 already. He is the man they run the offense through.
There's Michael missed those 2 seasons in there. He might have been right with him.
Malone takes a long time at the line. Makes good on a pair. He has 12 points.
Big first quarter scoring here both ways.
Steve Kerr takes it out of there. Tony Kukoc finds Rodman. Look to the back door first. Luke Longley out on the floor. Anderson the rebound and a loose ball foul caught up by Tony Kukoc.
Well, I'll tell you what. Every opportunity or break that Utah could get, they've gotten this quarter. They went down at 1 possession, got 3 fouls, had illegal defense. They get a foul coming over the top. It's really some good work. We talked about this being a defensive battle. This has been one of the big offensive battles of the years. Anderson puts his first point in.
Jerry Sloan on the Utah bench has been with the same ball club longer than any coach in the NBA. The current coach. Anderson second. 1 out of 2 at the line. And Luke Longley the rebound.
Bulls wanted to go 2 for 1.
Jordan quick release for 3. Left that one short. Rodman trying to save.
It looked like somebody got a block on it, but they went 2 for 1. That's all they tried to do.
Utah basketball. Stockton back in for the final 24 seconds. Utah leading 35-28. Here comes the NBA's all-time assist leader, John Stockton. Time left in the quarter. Right-hand portion of your screen. Ostertag got the low pass. Michael on the steal. Can he beat the clock? Foul
foul on the break.
First team foul in the
Foul
period.
first in the last 2 minutes.
Stops the Bulls, and there will be no shots on this one. Bulls will get it on the inbounds with 5.2 seconds remaining.
Anderson is back in for Jeff Hornacek for the Jazz. John Booster and Scottie Pippen are back in for the Bulls.
Hornacek picked up that foul, his second personal.
Not much time on this, is there?
The inbounds to Michael. Time winding down. Michael to beat the clock.
How much time, man? 18. He went from 3/4 court to slam it in 4 seconds.
Karl Malone will inbound. 0.5 of a second. Ostertag does not get it off.
And the quarter the Jazz 35.
And take a look at Michael Jordan on the drive to beat the clock. MJ, a monster first quarter, 9 of 12 from the field, 18 points, but it's not enough. Utah and Jerry Sloan lead the Chicago Bulls 35-30 at the end of one.
One is Adam Keefe. For the Bulls. Number 34 is Bill Winnington, making his first appearance.
One of the highest scoring quarters for a Bulls opponent this season. Utah 35 first quarter points. Take a look at the first quarter stats brought to you by AT&T. 1-800-COMPARE. Both teams sizzling from the floor. Utah better job of their interior passing, getting close shots.
If this stays this way, it'll be 140, 130 as Karl Malone hammers home his 14th point.
Malone 6 out of 9 from the field.
That's a surprise. He went with Bill Wennington instead of Cappy. I thought he might go with a strong forward, but goes with Bill.
7-point lead equals the largest of the night for Utah. Tony Kukoc out on the floor for 3. Malone is there for the rebound. John Stockton starts it up. Stockton bumped by Kerr. Steve picks up his first personal, first on the team. Stockton, Russell, Adam Keefe in the game. Shandon Anderson and Karl Malone. And now Antoine Carr makes his first appearance of the night, replacing Karl Malone.
Super job by Malone with those 5 assists, halfway to a career high. He's got 10 for his career in assists. Good job of giving the ball up.
Ryan Russell, a hot first quarter. Carr against Wennington. Antoine Carr forced that one. Ron Harper. Here's Tony Kukoc. Scottie Pippen on the block. Pippen backing in, help from Adam Keefe. Wennington open, good ball movement to Kerr. Harper on the arc. 7 to go on the shot clock. Scottie with the fadeaway. Pippen on the splash. He has 4 of 4 from the field and 10 points in the game. Opening 2 minutes, second quarter. Stockton to Keefe. Perimeter passing for the Utah Jazz. Russell now to the low block. Here's Anderson. Pippen up high for the rebound, was fouled, and a loose ball foul. Coming up at Antoine Carr, his first on the team. Utah leading by 5. Kerr and Harper the backcourt. Pippen, Kukoc, Wennington up front for the Bulls. Wennington to the high post. Harper off the screen. Drives on Antoine Carr, and Carr commits the foul.
Number 2 on Carr, the second teamer. And Harper was just trying to make the corner there, and he saw that big guy a little bit slow coming in. Here goes Harper into him with the body, and Chris Morris now comes in and replaces Brian Russell.
Morris played the 2-guard spot last year and was moved to the 3 spot in the playoffs and played a little better there. He had an inconsistent season last year.
He's moved further on down the bench.
He certainly has.
New
He didn't play at all.
Be a starter.
Didn't play the other night at all against Golden State. Kukoc looked backdoor. Pippen not there. Harper open for 3. Little strong, and Stockton up and running. Stockton pulls up for 3.
There's another foul on Antoine Carr, or that was on Morris, I believe.
Warning. Shandon Anderson on it. He could have been on any number of people you mentioned, though, Red.
I don't know where Anderson came from on that play, but
he was in the crowd, let's say that much. It's the first on Anderson, third on the team.
Oh, Harp was there, but not.
Pippen close. Back tap by Wennington to Kukoc. Tony on the drive, bumped by Keith, no foul, or was there?
Yeah.
Apparently there was. Bruce Alexander on a late whistle. Adam Keith hit with his first personal, fourth on the team.
That was a slow one, but Tony with that little fake, and then he comes right, he goes in, yep, gets the bump.
So Tony Kukoc at the free throw line. Jerry Sloan.
Tony with the only points off the bench for the Bulls, a hoop when he first came in that first quarter.
Double figures in scoring for Tony in 11 of 12 games. Michael Jordan on the bench. The Bulls have not been the best at free throw percentage. They're 19th overall in the league in that category, and Tony makes good on just 1 out of 2. 3 points for Kukoc so far. Bulls have sliced the lead down to 4. In close, Anderson, nicely done in traffic. Utah repeatedly has been able to get the ball deep against the Bulls defense.
Yeah, a lot of scoring in the paint.
Wennington clears. Kerr, a catch and shoot
Oh,
three.
man, that was, Stockton knows he can shoot the three, was right on it, but Steve Kerr lights it up.
Bulls down by just 3. Antoine Carr.
Oh, the Bulls just a little slow getting to the passing lane.
Shandon Anderson with a nifty pass to Antoine Carr for the 2 points. Tony. Kerr off the screen by Harper. Kukoc sets the floor now for 3. And the rebound for Utah. Morris to Stockton. Utah doing a bang-up job in the paint. Anderson had it knocked away and a foul on Bill Wennington. First on Wennington, second on the team. Bill Jackson, he knew this would be a tough game, and there's no question this will be a rugged outing against this Utah team. 4 minutes gone by, second quarter. Stockton looking to get Carr to the block.
Oh, don't leave him alone.
Stockton again to Antoine Carr. Nice pirouette move, lost the handle on it. Scottie Pippen. Harp wide open, 4-3, ring it up. Harper, 2-point ball game.
And we talked about pick and roll, and there it is.
Stockton finds Keith, blocked by Pippen and a foul. Scottie's first, third on the team. Adam Keith will go to the line.
Good move by Stockton again, breaking it down. Who's open? Somebody, and he throws it under Tony's arm, and Keith gets it. Nice play. Scottie comes in, tries to prevent the basket, commits his first foul. Adam Keith.
Makes good on his first, and he'll have another. Adam Keith, a #1 draft choice, was a lottery pick of the Atlanta Hawks a number of years ago. 10th pick of the 1992 NBA draft.
Gave him a nice playoff last year, he and Greg Foster.
Keith hits on a pair. Utah leading 43-39. Steve Kerr, and knocked away momentarily by Carl, picked up by Wennington. Crowd wanted a double dribble on Kerr. 8 to go on the shot clock. Steve for 3.
Hello, good rotation. Harp with the good pass over to Steve. He's got his second hoop, and it's a 3. He's got 6.
Pressure in the backcourt. And a foul committed by Steve Kerr. Second personal on Steve. Fourth on the team. Timeout on the floor. Steve Kerr with a pair of three-pointers. 3 3-point field goals by the Bulls as this ball game down to 1 point in favor of Utah. 43-42 with 6:50 to go in the second. Right behind Dennis Rodman is Steve Kerr, and boy, he's come off hot, hasn't he?
He has. 2 for 2 tonight in 3-pointers. And here you'll see the ball move around the horn. Ronnie Harper gets it over to Steve. He just looks, nobody there. Boom. Look at that. All-time NBA leader, 47-7.
And Red, on this road trip, he's starting to really heat up from the arc. 5 of 11 from three-point land on the road trip.
He opened up the season, I think, 0 for his first 8.
Yes, he did.
And now he's caught it up pretty good.
Steve is now 20 for 46 overall on the season. Karl Malone comes in. Antoine Carr leaves. Carr with 2 personal fouls. Utah basketball. Stockton sets the floor per usual. Stockton, along with Chris Morris, Shandon Anderson, Adam Keefe, and Karl Malone. In the paint, Anderson lost the handle on it, and Kerr intercepts. To Scottie Pippen.
Steve is there if they got him open. Tony, look at him.
Steve for 3.
Hello, 3 for 3. He's just waiting for that ball. Please give me that ball. Bushy, his teammate at Arizona, says, I love it.
Well, the bench has vaulted the Bulls into the lead. 12 points off the bench. Michael Jordan getting ready to check back in. Malone to the roll on the feed from Stockton. 16 for Karl Malone. 45 apiece. We're tied. 6 minutes to go, first half. Boy, has this been fun. Scottie had it knocked away by Malone. Malone's running out. Morris. Karl on the run. 18 for Karl Malone.
Great job. They stripped Pippen of the ball down here.
Utah with 4 unanswered points recaptures the lead. Wennington. The skip past Scottie, wide open at the arc. And the rebound, Karl Malone. John Stockton. Morris for 2.
So the tempo's picked up now a little bit here. Stockton and Malone back in the game. Timeout.
Harper calls for the timeout, and the Bulls talk it over. So after the Bulls take a brief lead in the second quarter, Utah storms back, and the Jazz have a 4-point advantage with 5:16 to go in the half. Charitable sends out a big thank you to Sterling Plumbing, who donates $25 for every successful Bulls free throw, and to U.S. Robotics, who donates $2 for every Bulls point scored. What's on tap a week from tonight will be at the Alamo Dome. Bulls and Spurs. Hope you're with us.
Jason Caffey in the game for the first time.
Scottie Pippen goes to work. A little too hard on the bank. Boy, Malone really sealed off on that rebound. Here comes Stockton. Ryan Russell guarded by Jordan. Malone on the block against Wennington. To the fadeaway. Caffey steered it to Pippen. Scottie on the run. To Michael for 3. Karl Malone comes out of the pack. Stockton back the other way. Russell change of direction on Michael. Offensive foul is the call by Bruce Alexander.
Steve Kerr set up. He knew he didn't have a chance of blocking that shot, but he really got down there as Brian Russell gets a little out of control. Here he goes. There's Steve waiting. Boom, right in your living room. Nice job, Steve, offensively and defensively.
About 4.5 to go in this first half. Bulls are trailing by 4. Kerr at the arc. Jordan on the post. Double team from Keefe. Caffey is the open man in close.
Good pass to Michael. Nice little hesitation, and he gets his first, Caffey.
A little over 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Bulls trailing by 2. Morris, left unattended at the foul line. How did that happen? Too good a shooter to leave that wide open. 4-point lead, Utah. Jordan gets a screen from Wennington. Scottie Pippen. Michael back out front, 10 to go on the shot clock. To the fade.
Yes, to the hoop. Mike with his first 2 points. He's got 20 in this quarter, 2 points in this quarter for 20 in the game.
10 of 14 shooting from the field for Jordan. Has not been to the line yet. Bulls trailing by just 2. This is Stockton. Wants Malone to clear on the block, and he does. Karl Malone, the turnaround. Michael on the weak side for the rebound. Bulls can tie with a 2-pointer here.
Oh,
what a move by...
Whoa! Little right, little left. What a show, and they love it here in Utah.
22 for Jordan, and we're tied at 51. This is Russell. Stockton, good delivery to Malone. He was pushed by Wennington. Boy. The genius of John Stockton. Watch this.
Yeah, good pass in, and Bill had a tough time to do anything but commit the foul.
You know, the thing about Stockton is you watch him, John, he never throws an unnecessary pass. I mean, sometimes a touch pass is unnecessary. You can set and throw the ball down. He never does that. Watch Michael's move.
Watch this. Whoop! Where'd he go?
Oh. Oh, man. Poor Brian Russell. That broke his ankles. I'm telling you.
So Malone to the line. 70% free throw shooter. Luke Longley getting ready to come back in. Malone will say a few words to himself at the line. Take a little time.
The core of this Utah team, John. Stockton 34, Malone and Hornacek 33, Antoine Carr 35. But again, extremely durable as Wennington leaves and Longley back in for the Bulls. Stockton's only missed 4 games in his 12-year career. Malone has missed 4 games in 11 years. Hornacek just 1 game since arriving in a trade from Philadelphia a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Stockton missed more games as Dream Team 1 member.
Yes, he did.
Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan on that team.
Yeah, he was banged up that summer. Karl Malone for his second. It's got to be longer than 10 seconds. Aren't you allowed 10 seconds to make that shot?
Yeah, that's 20 for him.
53-51 the score in favor of Utah. Michael bumped by Russell this time. Brian Russell really getting taken to school by one of the all-time greats.
Well, he has improved his defense, but yeah, you're right. He's playing against a guy who's got 11 baskets in this game so far. If he ever gets to the free throw line, he could be in trouble.
Here he is. At the free throw line.
There he is.
Tie the NBA record. 14 free throws, 1 quarter. Bill Jackson looking on. Rather stoic look on the coach's face. That's Bill Cartwright sitting right behind him. Bill Cartwright, one of the assistant coaches who just joined the team. There's Bill, the Bulls center for those 3 championship teams. Somebody's got a picture of Bugs Bunny behind the goal. They were waving while Michael was making those free throws.
But they don't realize Bugs was a teammate of Michael.
Exactly.
In the Toon version.
That was on Space Jam team for Jordan and Bugs. Malone, 10 to go on the shot clock against Longley. Luke got the body on him for the foul. 3rd personal on Luke Longley.
What a battle back and forth. Jordan with 24, 20 for Malone. He had 12 in the first quarter. He's got 8 here, going to the free throw line.
Karl Malone. Luke Longley with his 3rd personal foul.
What did that stat say? He had 70 points in his last 2 games. Malone.
He has been red hot the other night at L.A. Red 37 points. He hit all of his shots in the 3rd quarter and scored 20 points in that quarter.
That's the first free throw miss. And now Dickie Simpkins, who was activated earlier today as Robert Parrish was put on the injured list, comes in for Luke Longley. So they're going with their 2 young forwards, Jason Caffey and Dickie Simpkins.
And Malone second. .21 for Karl Malone. Utah by 1. Michael against Brian Russell. Dickie Simpkins to the fadeaway. Oh, strong. Jason Caffey the rebound. Back up. No foul. He's out of bounds. Bill Jackson.
Bill really. He was back inbounds. He came back and established himself, and that's what Phil is hollering about. But not a good shot by Dickie at that chance of the game.
You don't want Dickie shooting the fadeaway jumper under pressure. Malone was pushed by Caffey, who got away with a foul.
Travel,
with the
yeah,
turn.
Karl.
Did he travel?
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Karl, you got your own line of shirts, you got your own fishing rod, but you do travel once in a while.
He's got his own truck coming.
Not too many turnovers now here. 5 for the Bulls and 5 for them.
Let's pause really quick right here for station identification.
For Dickie Simpkins and Adam Keefe is in for Great Ostertag.
Don't forget, WGN News follows our game. Adam Keefe is in for Greg Ostertag. Tony Kukoc on the floor for the Bulls now. Tony gets the step on.
Yes.
Keefe scored and a foul.
Tony came in the first quarter. They threw him the ball. He hit about a 17-foot jumper. Now he brings the ball up, takes a little move right on Keefe, and then goes down the lane, makes the basket, and gets fouled. Here it is. Watch him just a little bit right. He's coming left on you, Adam. Here he comes up, takes the bump. The Bulls bench has been very effective here.
Tony for the three-point play, and he gets it. Kukoc with 6 off the bench. And the Bulls lead by 2. Russell out front. 4-3, and he can hit that. Caffey the rebound.
What were they looking for that quick a 3?
Michael.
Right over Stockton. Stockton couldn't do a thing about it. Jordan with 26.
Michael outstanding. 12 of 16 shooting from the field.
2 away from his season average, and we're still got a minute 60 seconds of play here.
Stockton guarded by Kukoc. Delivers to Malone.
That's a long one. That's a long one.
Michael the rebound. Bulls lead by 4. It's their biggest lead of the night. Kukoc to
Mike!
Good look to Jordan off his fingertips. Hornacek back the other way. Russell for 3.
That would have been a nice pass to Mike. A little easier, a little slam dunk, but they come back and answer. Bulls go for it. Stockton on the foul.
Guilty of a hold against Jordan. Boy, Michael really wanted it on that trip down the floor.
Yep,
he wanted the ball right away to make amends.
Well, that's what he's saying. He posted up. He had a smaller man at Stockton, knew he could beat him.
So Michael Jordan to the free throw line.
Caffey just saying, I'm sorry, Mike. He says, forget about it. Just get the rebounds. Keep playing good basketball.
Michael off the mark on his first. Another coming up. The Bulls are leading by 1.
Get that sign down. Get that sign down, he's going to tell him.
Yeah, Bennett Salvador's and now Bruce Alexander telling them they can't hold a sign up like that that has a design where when they spin it, it certainly could throw you off. But the Bugs Bunny sign is okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Michael made the first, if they would have made him take down that other sign.
Yep, he made that one.
27 for Jordan in a spectacular first half. Stockton out of the backcourt. Bulls lead by 2.
They go for 2 for 1, do they?
Shot clock on the left, game clock on the right. Stockton gets a screen from Malone to the pull-up. Stockton with 7. Tied at 59. Bulls hold for one last shot. What a first half it has been. Tony Kukoc.
Don't go too quick, Tony.
10 to go on the shot clock. Actually, 10 to go on the quarter. Tony on the drive. The pull-up.
That was a good holding.
Offensive basket interference against the Bulls.
That basket was going in anyway. That basket was going in, so we've got a tie 59 with 1.5 seconds on the clock. Karl Malone is going to fire it down. I think that ball was going in, but it was over the rim. Good call.
The inbounds key to Hornacek, and the first half has come to a close. Take a look at it. Tony Kukoc with a pull-up. Is this shot going
now
in?
Watch it. It goes up in the air. Looks like it's coming straight down to go in, but Scottie gets a offensive foul, basket call.
Two outstanding teams going at it here tonight in this first half. Steve Kerr off the bench with 9 points. Michael Jordan at 27. Karl Malone 21. The Bulls and Jazz have thrown some big punches at each other, and we're tied at 59. Stay tuned for halftime. Rich King coming up live from our WGN studios with all the day in sports.
Had picked up a couple fouls, and let's see what Phil's plans are for him here.
Here's a look at Dennis Rodman. The only unbeaten team in the NBA is the Chicago Bulls, and that team has won 5 games in a row, the Utah Jazz. They are 1 game back in the loss column from the Houston Rockets.
Start the second half on the bring him on out,
Michael Jordan set to go. So the stars came here today, and boy, did they shine in that first half. John Stockton, 7 points, 10 assists. Scottie Pippen had 8 points in the first quarter. He had 4 rebounds overall in the half. Utah starts on offense. Stockton and Hornacek, the backcourt pass intended for Russell, is thrown away. Russell pulled back. Stockton, a little miscommunication there. Jerry Sloan says, okay, fellas, let's get back on defense. Opening minute of play in this third quarter. Rodman up front, along with Pippen and Longley. Michael goes to work quickly, and the shot blocked away, but
Karl Malone.
Foul on Karl Malone.
Second foul. Michael will go to the line. He's spun out of the baseline. Malone comes to seal him to the middle, and as he goes up across that right arm, he's hit. Michael, 27 points, leads the NBA again this year, 28 plus.
He has scored 30 or more points in 5 games this season, and you could bet this will be the 6th. Michael gets to the line often, doesn't he?
Well, he hasn't in this game except in that second quarter when they get into foul trouble.
29 points for Michael. And the Bulls lead in the early going of the third quarter. Hornacek watched by MJ. Oster tag on the block to the right-handed hook shot.
Gets a funny roll, and he's 1 for 6 now.
Triangle to the left. They reverse to Harper. Rodman with the bounce to Jordan. Michael. Oster tag the rebound. Here
Big body. Big body, Ostertag.
Malone on the block, and what do we have?
Ball was kicked, so they'll reset it.
There's Phil Jackson. You can bet some defensive adjustments were made at halftime. We'll see what kind of an effect they have. I'd venture to say, I didn't look this up, but that first half had to be the biggest number of points scored by a Bulls opponent in the first half this season. Stockton to Hornacek. He was fouled. Ron Harper picks up the foul.
Ron Harper picks up his second foul. Hornacek came around the screen. Jerry Sloan, I want that play run on this side for Hornacek, and boy, he gets it. He gives a little fake here, comes down into the middle of everybody and runs into the body of Ron Harper.
So Jeff Hornacek out of Lyons Township High School has 10 points in the game. Jazz by 3. Rodman to Scottie Pippen. Michael's on the block against Hornacek. Quick turnaround. Luke Longley the rebound. Scottie. And Malone the rebound. Pippen.
The ball is in good hands right now.
Yes, indeed. The hands of Red Kerr.
But it's Salvador's a nice catch. Of course, I can handle those.
Yeah, you've done that a few thousand times. Stockton sets it up. Hornacek. Good look.
Beautifully done. Ostertag comes up with his second basket. Hornacek getting active here.
Second-year player out of Kansas, Greg Ostertag. Jordan, Scottie Pippen wide open behind the screen by Luke Longley. And the Bulls a bit cool from the floor. They are yet to hit the scoring column via field goal here this third quarter, and we're a little over 2 minutes gone by in the third.
Outscored 7-2.
2 free throws by Jordan is all she wrote so far. Harper for 3. There it is.
His second basket and his second 3. So that cuts the lead to 2.
Stockton sets it up for Utah. Harper right with him defensively. Russell picked up on a switch by Hart. Malone down low against Dennis. Longley claims the board.
Whoa, Stockton's down. Did he hurt himself? Hurt his knee a little bit? No. He's all right. They wanted to take a foul to slow it down.
Pippen is fouled on the drive by Russell. Third personal on Brian Russell, second on the team.
They just took that foul to stop any fast break the Bulls might have because Stockton went down. They thought he might get hurt. He just it looks like he bumps into Harper coming around the turn, and down he goes.
But none the worse for wear as John Stockton and the Bulls resume offensively. Longley in the lane with a chip shot. Malone screened off Rodman from that rebound, and Ostertag took it away. Stockton.
Mike.
Stolen by Jordan. Harper right back to MJ. Michael a little strong. Russell for 3.
Yes. He stopped. He poised. And knocked it in.
Strong start to this third quarter for the Utah Jazz. They have outscored the Chicago Bulls 10-5 in the opening minutes of the third quarter.
On tonight's Discover Card Payback Playback, the early season West Coast road trips had always been rough on the Bulls until the 1990s. Michael Jordan got the decade off to a good start in November of 1990 when his last second shot beat the Jazz 84-82, kicking off that road trip with a victory.
Early going third quarter, Bulls have come out cold from the field, and it's cost them. The Jazz have built a 5-point lead. Michael chased by Malone on the block, and a foul coming up. It's on Hornacek. His third personal, third on the team.
What they've decided to do now is Mike gets the ball, double him. And you see Malone coming from one side, Stockton coming from the other.
I mean, that's been an adjustment since the first half by Utah.
Yes,
obviously.
They went single coverage on him with the Ostertag as an illegal, so they'll shoot a free throw now this time.
Ostertag out of position.
His second, Ostertag's second illegal defense. So Mike will shoot the free throw, try to close this down a little bit.
Talk about defense. There was a great defensive player. Jerry Sloan, the head coach of the Utah Jazz. Michael with a free throw.
Now, if you don't know who Jerry is, take a look some night. Michael misses it. Take a look some night at the ceiling of the United Center, and you'll see his number 4 jersey hanging up there next to Butterbean Love's 10.
Scottie Pippen will inbound for the Bulls. Michael. Harper at the arc to Rodman. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Harper for 3.
Harper another 3. He's got 3 tonight. So he's got 3, and Kerr's got 3 out of the backcourt.
9 points for Harper. The Bulls back to within 2. Here's Stockton. Hornacek to Malone on the familiar left block. Malone with the hook. 23 for Karl Malone. 4-point lead, Utah. Michael chased by Ostertag and fouled by Greg Ostertag. His first and 4th on the team.
And Red, they're running anybody at Michael. It's a different guy doubling down each time.
So we said it was Ostertag in the first half, but now everybody going to him, and what they've done is got themselves into foul trouble.
Oh, good drop by Luke. That up fake, and then he dropped to the bucket, and Ostertag reached out and commits his second personal foul.
They
5
will,
on the team.
They will shoot free throws, though, as the pass is fired on into Luke. He gives a good fake, goes up, gets spun around, throws it up, makes the shot, but won't make much difference. Luke will shoot 2 free throws. So he had 1 basket in the first quarter.
First one is good by Luke Longley. For the best selection of Bulls hats, t-shirts, jackets, and other NBA merchandise, visit the official Bulls team shops at any one of the Chicagoland Montgomery Ward stores. Longley with his second upcoming, and now
the signs again. They're telling him about the signs.
Boy, that guy spent all last night working on those signs, I'll bet, Red. Look at this. This is really almost a college atmosphere in here.
And Luke shuts him up with 2 free throws.
The Bulls trail by 2. This is Stockton. Malone on the block.
Clutch illegal. Clutch illegal. Too late.
Luke Longley, it appeared, out of position. And that's the call. So illegal defense against the Bulls. Precipitate a free throw.
Smell it coming. You had Malone down low. You got Stockton with the ball and 3 guys up the other side. You better start thinking, where should I be now? Hornacek will shoot the technical foul. Michael just, we haven't seen illegal defenses again in the first 12 games for the Bulls. Maybe we've seen 4 of them. Now we've seen 4 tonight.
Hornacek with the 11 points.
Michael was saying everybody was away. They were outside that purple area.
Utah basketball, the Jazz leading by 3. Stockton gets baseline.
Uh-oh, Dennis Stockton, what's up?
Malone down low against Luke Longley. Harper deflects the rebound out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Utah. So this possession will continue. Almost 5 minutes gone by, third quarter. Utah by 3. Hornacek with a fresh shot clock. From the outside from deep for 3. 14 for Hornacek. Scottie Pippen looking down low. Over to Harper. Now Michael Jordan. MJ. Pippen open on the weak side. Tried to get it inside. Deflected by Brian Russell. Knocked out of bounds by Hornacek. It'll belong to the Bulls. 7 to go on the shot clock. Jazz really hustling to rotate defensively that time.
Great work here. Dennis Rodman still with only 1 rebound.
Harper on the runner off the glass. Luke back taps to Stockton, the wrong man. For 3.
And if the regroup here with a timeout.
9-point lead for Utah. Biggest lead for either team tonight. Rodman finds Longley up high. Over Ostertag, and it's short. Block on the play. Bulls struggling right now offensively. Stockton to Hornacek. Jazz on a 7-0 run. This is Malone. Double down from Harper. Malone spins away. 11-point lead for the Utah Jazz on a 9-0 run. Michael with a fadeaway. Only the 3rd field goal of this quarter for the Bulls. 31 for Michael to snap the 9-point run by Utah. 9-point lead in favor of the Jazz. Hornacek. And we got a foul out on the floor. Foul is on Michael. His second of the team.
Hornacek just hit that three. Now he comes down to baseline. Michael puts his arm in.
Airplanes are not allowed in the Dildo Center.
Stockton sets it up. Malone clears to the block.
That's illegal offense. You got three of their.
Malone to the fade. Rodman's second rebound of the night. Hard to believe. Just a second. Here's Michael. Oh, great feed to Longley for the jam. Sensational feed.
Michael breaking it down, coming with the left hand. Everybody thinking he's going for the hoop, and he lays it to Big Luke.
And the Bulls back to within 7. Stockton gets a screen from Malone. Stockton left unattended. Rodman the rebound. Dennis going to work on the boards here. Under 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Luke working hard to establish position, and a foul coming up on Ostertag.
Watch Michael on his play. Comes up, everybody to him. What's he do? Lays it with the left hand right over Ostertag, and Luke picks it up and hammers it down, and now goes to the free throw line as Ostertag picks up another foul, his third.
Longley is 2 of 2 at the free throw line tonight. He has 6 points in the ball game. The Bulls came out cold at the outset of this third quarter, slipped behind by 11. They now trail by 6, and Luke can cut it to a 5-point deficit. Kerr is in the ball game for the Bulls.
Michael Jordan takes a rest here.
Kerr and Harper the backcourt for the Bulls. 8 points now for Luke Longley. Pippen, Longley, and Rodman up front. Howard Eisley steps into the game in place of John Stockton. Eisley and Hornacek the backcourt for Utah. Malone, Ostertag, and Russell up front. Hornacek on the Fallaway. Rebound batted and chased down by Longley. Pippen sets the floor. Harper in close over Hornacek. Tough shot. Rodman the rebound. And he had knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulls with 22 to go on the shot clock. Bulls are trailing by 5. They can slice it to 3 with a 2-pointer here. Harper looking for Kerr. Goes to Scottie Pippen. Gets a screen from Luke Longley.
Offensive foul. Luke was there in plenty of time on that. Henry Brothers calls it on Luke Longley, his 4th. Now Luke is out there.
You know what he might have called? He might have called Luke leaning a little bit, but I agree with you, John. I think that's a ticky-tack
foul.
Yes, that's
if he moves into the guy, fine. He's leaning a little bit.
Your point is well taken. Now Hornacek lays it off for Eisley, way back to the midcourt stripe. 10 to go on the shot clock. Eisley to Malone. Double down from Kerr, back to Howard Eisley. Hornacek for 3. Harper off Ostertag. Nice play. It'll belong to Chicago.
But the Bulls trail by 5 here. They were in a situation where this crowd might have got in. Here's Harper with a heads-up play. He goes up, hits Ostertag with the ball out of bounds.
So Harper and Kerr, the backcourt combo for the Bulls. Here's Scottie Pippen on the wing. 3 minutes, coming up on 3 minutes to go in this, the third quarter. The Bulls trail by 5. Longley on the block. Scottie Pippen. 5 to go on the shot clock. Scottie looks to get it up. Loses Russell and nails it from the outside. Scottie Pippen has 12.
Bulls down by 2.
Malone. Hornacek. Jazz have gone cold after their 9-0 run. Good ball movement. Ostertag confronted by Rodman in the foul.
Rodman says, good play, Rook. Good play, big fella.
3 personals on Dennis. Did he get called for a team?
Just a regular foul.
technical foul.
Charge to Dennis Rodman. In addition, a technical foul charge to Dennis Rodman.
So Rodman, what is that? Taunting, or why is that technical?
So Rodman will send Ostertag to the line. Watch this. Here's the foul. No question there. It's what happens afterward, apparently. And let's just see. It gives him a whack on this side.
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it was like a taunt. You look at it, and I think that's what they said, and Hornacek makes the free throw.
Apparently they got it for taunting of one form or another. We've got a break of the action. 2:26 to go in the third. Utah by 4. Hey, college hoop fans, attend the DirecTV Grade 8 Basketball Festival at the United Center December 3rd and 4th. See Kentucky, Kansas, Cincinnati, Wake Forest, and more. For tickets, stop by the United Center, any Ticketmaster outlet, or call 312-559-1212. They're wondering why they took a point away on the scoreboard.
The scoreboard was wrong before because they've got 21 points in this quarter, so 22. 2, 4, 6, 7.
There was a juncture there where the Bulls made a 2-point field goal that they were awarded 3 points for, John, on their last trip down the floor. Because Utah had a 5-point lead, and when the field goal was made, it was a 2-pointer, and all of a sudden it was a 2-point ball game.
Well, who was it, Harper that they gave it to? Harper was the last guy to hit a 3.
Ostertag misses on his first. I believe it was Scottie Pippen who hit the last field goal for the Bulls. Ostertag at free throw line. Just a 73% free throw shooter, which not bad for a big man when you consider Shaquille O'Neal's around 51%. Ostertag misses 2. Rodman's got his 5th rebound.
Karl hurt his hand. It's his left hand, though. We'll see what happens.
Tony Kukoc in the lineup for the Bulls. Kukoc, Rodman, Pippen, Kerr, and Jordan on the floor for Chicago. Bulls are trailing by 4. Tony, beautiful move, baseline. Ostertag on the block. Out of the gym, feed him along, and he ran out of real estate. About 2 rows deep.
We have 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Michael back in. Ostertag sits down. Got him Keith in for him. Karl wants to get a 20. He's hurt next time they get the ball. He wants to have somebody look at his hand, his left hand.
Bulls are just 5 of 15 from the floor here in the third quarter. Utah 8 of 14. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Michael. By Shandon Anderson. They cleared out for him, and Anderson commits the foul out on the floor. His second, and the team is over the limit. Michael will go to the line.
Karl's going to come out of the game. Watch Karl Malone here. Going over to his trainer to take a look at that left hand. They're going to take a 20-second timeout.
20 seconds, time.
The Bulls will talk it over, but they're down there. They're down there looking at his left hand.
On Wednesday, December 11th, the Bulls battle the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's Wheaties Jewel commemorative pin night. First 10,000 fans entering the United Center will receive a Bulls commemorative pin. Compliments of Wheaties and Jewel. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Red Kerr, good to have you with us tonight. Dennis Rodman beginning to heat up. He has 5 rebounds in the game, 4 of which have come here in the third quarter. And Karl Malone now heads back to the dressing room for the Utah Jazz.
The Bulls have done a good job here. Malone had 5 assists at halftime. He's still got 5. Stockton had 10. He's still got 10. So they've really done a nice job in that area. Michael to shoot 2 free throws to try to cut this down a little bit. He's got 31 in the game. He missed the last free throw he took, which was a technical foul.
Each team has allowed only one opponent to reach 100 points thus far this season. Take a look if we could pick up the injury on Malone. Might have been right there. Yep. Michael makes good on his first, his second upcoming. So each team tonight will allow 100 points, you would figure. 33 now for Jordan. Pressure in the backcourt by the Bulls. Isley is in the ball game, giving Stockton a break. Isley on the floor with Shandon Anderson, Brian Russell, Adam Keefe, and Antoine Carr for the Utah Jazz. 1:30 to go. Oh, nice. Michael block. Anderson, he had it blocked by Jordan. Michael recovered beautifully on defense. Now Jordan goes to work on offense, loses the rookie and nails it. 35 for Jordan.
We got a tie. They were up by what, 11 in this quarter.
11 earlier in the third quarter.
Place was rocking.
Isley off a screen by Keith. Anderson bottled up by Jordan. Kerr too far outside. Russell is not, and Pippen's right with him. Screen by Kerr. And Brian Russell, who was hot in the first half, off the mark there. Back tap to Jordan, and the Bulls can take the lead. John, they have taken the best punch the Jazz have to offer, I would think, at the outset of this third quarter. And look at the run the Bulls have been on down the stretch. Denied by Russell, the pass from Kukoc to Pippen.
9 seconds on the clock. Right in front of Jerry Sloan. They'll inbound it.
John Stockton up off the bench, coming back on.
Stockton back in for Isley.
Time left on the shot clock, left-hand corner of your screen. This is Kerr. Scottie on the block. Oh, beautiful. Power of the left hand.
Power dumped down. He went to the middle. The guy played him towards the baseline, slammed it down. The Bulls have a 2-point lead.
Stockton watched by Kerr.
Watch a pick and roll here in the top.
Shot clock on the left, game clock on the right. Stockton has the floor set. Double team from Tony Kukoc. Kerr inside to Keith, fouled hard by Michael. Michael takes his third personal, only the first in the last 2 minutes against the Bulls. They had a foul to give.
Well,
It's going to be a shooting foul.
Michael and Rodman will both go after Keith. Keith goes up to get it, but Michael said, why did we send Tony that early for him? We should have waited a little bit.
Adam Keith misses the first. Oh,
he's catching
wow. How did that catch the rim?
He's made 3 free throws. None of them looked like they were going in. So in comes Chris Morris. Put a little pressure on. 9.1 seconds ago. Jazz down by 1 here. Adam Keith has 1 more free throw.
Hard to believe Adam Keith was a lottery pick a few years ago in the draft. 1 out of 2 for Keith at the line. Rodman to Pippen. Time winding down. Kerr for 3. Kukoc, quick release.
Oh! Tony with a turnaround. 2-point play. What a shot by Kukoc.
Take a look at it again with time winding down in the third quarter. Tony Kukoc gets this off in time. And it took better than a second to get to the bottom of the well. Well, the Bulls took the Jazz best punch here in the third quarter. Utah at 1 point, led by 11. But it is Chicago, which enjoys a 3-point lead as we head to the fourth. Miller Lite scoreboard, Atlanta 3 better than Toronto. Houston defeated Golden State. Start of the fourth quarter here with the Bulls leading by 3. Michael clears. Adam Keith the rebound. Stockton on the move for the Utah Jazz. Shandon Anderson. Malone bangs away at it. Kerr to Jordan. 2-on-1 with Rodman. Dennis to finish. Michael to finish. 37 for Jordan, and they got a foul.
Michael went the field goal. Right, they had a 2-on-1 break. Mike gave it to Dennis, and Dennis came down, missed the shot, but he drew the man right to him. They tried to get the foul on Dennis. Michael's right there. He taps it in, and behind collects the foul.
Chris Morris picks up the foul. It is his first.
Scottie Pippen sits down. Harp comes back in, so the Bulls go with a 3-guard look. Tony Kukoc at the power forward and Dennis at the center.
38 for Michael. Bulls lead by 6. It's their biggest of the night. This is Stockton. Malone on the block. 1-on-1 with Rodman. Malone with 27 points, only 6 of which have come here in the second half.
That's the first assist for Stockton here in the second half, too.
Jordan watched by Morris. Kukoc against Adam Keefe. Keefe reached in and commits the foul. His third personal, second on the team. We set the lineup for you. The Bulls with Harper and Jordan at the guards, Rodman, Kukoc, and Kerr. So actually, if you want to look at it, it's a three-guard offense right now for the Bulls. Michael clears to the baseline, bottled up by Morris, and Keefe spins away for two. Malone controls the rebound. All night, he has done a masterful job of sealing off Dennis Rodman. Bulls by 4. Early going fourth quarter. Morris trying to shovel to Malone. Karl not expecting it. To Stockton. Keefe on the reverse. No. Loose down low. Malone comes out of there. He picked that ball up the floor in the scrum. Threw it over his shoulder in. And the Jazz trail by 2. Karl Malone with 29. 18,000 rise to their feet. Kukoc from deep. Morris the rebound. You get the feeling the Jazz have one last good punch left in them. And they're trying to deliver that blow right now. Stockton for 2. Michael and Dennis keep it alive to Steve Kerr. Kerr was pushed by Malone, no foul. Unbelievable. Harper sets it up. Michael for 3, not that time. Keefe the rebound. Well, the offense has gone to sleep here now. Stockton against Kerr. Bulls outscored Utah 26-23 in the third, despite a very slow start to the third quarter for Chicago. Stockton around a screen by Malone. No, he goes baseline. Finds Adam Keefe for a monster jam. And they've outscored the Bulls 6-3 to tie it up here. Almost 3 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Kukoc. The lob for Jordan. Denied by Morris. 4 decisions here by the Bulls now this quarter so far. Stockton to Malone. Tony Kukoc the rebound. Steve Kerr on the move. Clutch Harp for 3. Here it is. Boom, a bullet. Malone slows it down. To John Stockton. Utah can take the lead here. A lot of action, no points. Stockton watched by Kerr. Malone about to clear on the block. Stockton takes it to the block. Oh, clever feed into Shandon Anderson, got caught under the ball. Dennis to Ron Harper, who chases down. Dennis not afraid to take a chance on that break. Bulls will take a timeout.
Timeout, Chicago.
8 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the fourth. Almost 4 minutes gone by in the last quarter of regulation. Dennis Rodman somewhat frustrated. 8:04 to go in the fourth, and the Bulls and Jazz tied at 88 apiece. Hey, if you're planning on attending an upcoming Bulls home game, play the 50-50 raffle. At each game, representatives from Charitables will be selling raffle tickets throughout the concourse for a chance to win a cash prize. Finishing up the Miller scoreboard, Orlando beat Indiana by 3. New Jersey over Dallas. And Philadelphia outpointed New York. Charlotte beat Detroit 93-85. So the Bulls, if they get a win here tonight, would pick up an extra game on the Pistons in the division.
So Ostertag is back in here. Luke Longley back in.
Kerr jumped at by Stockton. Gets a high screen from Rodman. Luke to MJ. 5 to go on the shot clock. Red zone time. Morris straight all over him. Jordan the Fallaway. 40 for Michael Jordan. He's the only Bull to score here in the fourth quarter. Chicago by 2. Stockton again watched by Kerr. Malone sets the screen. The lob for Karl Malone. Left it short. Gets it back. And cleans it up. 31 for Karl Malone. Well, we're heading for a Donnybrook finish to this one. Michael to Scottie. Off the screen by Luke. Rodman puts it to Longley. No foul. Where was that foul? Boy, I tell you, he got hit by Ostertag. I don't know how they didn't call that. Stockton sets it up.
Watch how patient they are.
10 to go on the shot clock. Stockton again goes baseline. They chase him with a double team. Anderson shoots the lane. Jazz with 4 straight points. They lead by 2. Jordan on the block. Longley finds Scottie Pippen. Michael at the arc, gets the step, had it knocked away. Last touch by Utah, 5 to go on the shot clock. Michael asking for the foul. The whistles have been silent here in the 4th quarter. And again, they'll reset, will the officials. Wipes some moisture off the ball. Pippen off the screen. Kerr at the arc, lets it go for 3. Malone the rebound. Utah could take a 4-point lead here. Jazz have been on the move, outscoring the Bulls 10-2 in the last 5 minutes or so. Anderson gets the lane. Ostertag. Under 6 minutes to go in the game, and the Bulls are trailing by 4.
Well, they're finishing up their shots. Everybody getting a hand in it. Anderson doing a super job.
Rodman on the block. Scottie Pippen to Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr with a good up fake. Lost Stockton and hits on the 2-pointer.
It's the first basket outside of Michaels in this quarter.
Utah by 2. Stockton again. Screen from Malone. Karl Malone driving. 5 to go on the shot clock. Morris for 3. Long carom taken by Scottie Pippen. Bulls have some numbers. Steve Kerr for 3. No. Pippen the rebound. Lost the handle to Anderson. Jazz by 2. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. Anderson baseline on the reverse. Blocked on the play. Longley comes up with it.
7 points scored by the Bulls with 4:40 to play here in this quarter.
Michael can tie. Left it short. Rodman knocked it away from Ostertag.
Didn't that hit the rim?
It apparently did not. Luke Longley hit the rim that time. Rodman another rebound. Michael to Kerr for 3. No. Boy, they come really dry. They want a timeout. 4:18 to go. Standing ovation for the home standing Utah Jazz. The Bulls' 12-game unbeaten streak on the line as they trail, entering the final stages of the 4th quarter. Game summary, the Stars have come to play. Jordan with 40 to lead the Bulls. Malone 31 points, 14 rebounds. And they're going to improve on those averages tonight. A little over 4 minutes to go. 4th quarter, Utah basketball. There's the scoring by quarters. Much different second half than we saw in the first half. In terms of offense, defenses have come to the fore in the second half. Malone, tough shot over Rodman, left it short. Here comes Scottie Pippen, and the Bulls a chance to tie or take the lead with a tray. Bulls would like to get it inside. They've been living at the arc. Jordan on the drive. Tried the interior feed to Rodman or Longley. Taken away by Malone.
They shut the door. Yeah, they really shut the door on that play. Yep, get it over the left side, John.
Morris to Malone, knocked away by Rodman and Pippen, ahead to Dennis. And the Bulls have tied the game at 94.
Good conversion there by Pippen and Rodman on the steal. That's the first basket by Dennis.
3:19 to go in the game, and we're tied at 94. And Jerry Sloan, the wheels turning on the Utah bench. Couple of substitutions coming in. Hornacek and Russell in a few moments. Stockton. Karl Malone on the right block. Morris gets a screen from Malone. Karl out on the floor. High rebound. Jordan takes it. It's a matter of want to, and at this stage of the game, Michael wants it more than anyone else. Under 3 minutes to go, we're tied at 94. Kerr bottled up. 8 to go in the shot clock to Jordan with 5 remaining. Luke with 3. Michael for 3. John Stockton back the other way.
Bulls wasted a lot of time on that last play. Let's see what happens here.
Malone dropped into Dennis Rodman with a foul called.
Dennis Rodman's third foul.
Make it his
His
4th.
I'm sorry, they gave him a technical before he to the line to try to break this tie with 2:19 with Karl Malone. Russell in the lineup, as you mentioned, along with Hornacek.
Karl Malone, 31 points here tonight. 13 of 27 from the floor. And he makes good on his first. Hey, college hoop fans, attend the DirecTV Grade 8 Basketball Festival at the United Center on December 3rd and 4th. See Kentucky, Kansas, Cincinnati, Wake Forest. For tickets, stop by the United Center. Any Ticketmaster outlet or call 312-559-1212. We step away. So the Jazz leading by 1 and 2:19 to go. Coming up after the game, more troubles for Value Jet. The lighting up of Michigan Avenue, plus nasty weather may be heading our way. What does that mean? I got to get to Chicago tomorrow morning. Hopefully it won't be until after I get there. That and more after the game on WGN News. Karl Malone trying to finish a 2-shot foul. He has 32 in the game to match the number on his jersey. The Bulls are trailing by 1. 33 from Malone. It's a 2-point ball game in favor of Utah. Coming up on 2 minutes left to go. Is this the night that the best start in Bulls team history comes to a close? Scottie on the drive. He was fouled. He'll go to the line.
Ostertag with the foul, 2:08. Now that's only a third foul on Utah, but Pip should be there to shoot 2, and he is. Luke Longley gets a pass on the screen on the side and gives it to Pip. Pip goes in with the left hand.
Scottie puts in on his first. He has 15 points. Our next telecast, Bulls and Spurs at the Alamo Dome. Bullseye, 7 o'clock a week from tonight. Here's what the Dream Team members are doing.
Pretty good, eh? Dream Team 1.
Scottie with 2 at the free throw line. We're tied at 96. 16 for Pippen. Stockton watched by Harper.
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes to go. 10 to go on the shot clock. Stockton.
He's
left unattended.
And you give him a 12-foot shot.
Jazz by 2. Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan. Screen by Luke Longley. Michael to the lane. Had it knocked away. It'll belong to Chicago with 13 to go on the shot clock. These two teams each had 59 points at halftime. They're struggling to get 100 points here in the ball game. Scottie on the inbounds. Luke Longley back to Pippen. Luke sets a screen. Harper to MJ. Michael for 3. Little strong. Russell the rebound.
They need a big stop here this time. You can't afford to double team either Stockton or Malone. You've got to make a good switch if they go for the pick and roll, which they will.
Stockton on the left side. Malone sets a high screen. Stockton picked up on a switch by Rodman. Ducks in under Harper. Wild shot. Rodman the rebound. A minute left to go. Scottie Pippen with the Bulls down by just 2. 15 on the shot clock. Michael.
Foul down low. Hornacek.
Hornacek holding Pippen.
First foul in the last 2 minutes. Bulls are going to take a timeout. Let's see if it's a 20 or what. What are we talking about here? We'll see what happens.
Do they want a full timeout? That's 20. The question.
No,
they want
20.
a 20. It's a 20-second timeout, and here is the game situation. We're at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Bulls, off to their best start in team history at 12-0, are trailing by 2, 98-96. 50.1 seconds remaining. The Bulls will have it on the inbounds with a fresh shot clock.
Malone getting a talking to by Jerry Sloan. "24 seconds. A reset 24 seconds as the foul on Hornacek gives the Bulls the ball out of bounds. Now, they already have 1 foul, so if they commit another one here, no matter where it is, the Bulls will be shooting. The Bulls have 1 to give here, but the Jazz are up by 2.
Pippen on the inbounds. Pippen, Jordan, Rodman, Longley, and Kerr. Kerr trying to get loose for a three-pointer. Michael goes to work against Russell. Backs him in. Double team from Hornacek. And a foul coming up.
That's a second foul. Russell very unhappy down low. He got double team help from Hornacek. They just committed their other foul, so here it is. Michael going to his right. I don't think you can holler at that. He got him across the left arm, didn't he?
It looked like it on that replay. Jerry Sloan was arguing in animated fashion as well on that.
Michael going for the tie here.
41 for Jordan. Jerry Sloan just shakes his head.
It could be a possession apiece. Who knows?
43.5 remaining. Michael can tie the game here.
Bulls have 1 foul to commit.
42 for Jordan. 98 apiece. We're tied.
Are we far from overtime? Who knows, eh?
Stockton wouldn't be the first time in this building. Stockton to Malone. The jumper over Rodman.
A double pump jumper. They did that the other night. 35 for Malone. He puts his team up by 2. The first team to 100.
4-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Michael for 3. Dennis came out of the rebound. Hornacek has it. And a foul committed by Rodman.
Oh, he's throwing him out. Throwing Rodman out. I think he called a flagrant on it. He had to take the foul.
Bennett Salvador with a call.
He's throwing him out. It's going to be 2 free throws.
Dennis Rodman. And now Salvador talking with Phil Jackson. Dennis Rodman has apparently been thrown out of this game.
I don't know if they call it a flagrant 2, but there's your tee. And it's knocked in by Hornacek. His first point in this quarter. He's got 16. And it looks like the Bulls, unless they can come up with a miracle here, their 12-game start to this season will end here in Utah. Now here it is. They go over, and he reaches out to grab him.
Oh, the extra push may have been what he called.
All right.
The little push may have been what they called on that.
Bulls have to get a foul right away on the inbound pass. Tony comes in for Luke.
Utah is leading 101-98.
And if they get it in Stockton's hands or Hornacek, pretty good free throw shooters, both of them.
The inbound to Russell. He is fouled by Harper. Brian Russell, a 71% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
They're on their feet here in the Delta Center. A tremendous basketball game between two really good teams. 4 superstars out there on the floor, and they've all done what they were supposed to do here tonight.
Brian Russell, 16 points in the game, 10 of which came in the first quarter. It's a 4-point Utah lead.
That'll excite the crowd here. Phil Jackson said we may have to start another streak in Los Angeles.
Russell, as Carr leaves, Ostertag is in. Russell trying for another nail in the Chicago coffin. He missed it. Harper gets a quick timeout. 11.6 remaining, but the Bulls are trailing by 4. It's Bulls basketball. If you're wondering about three-point shooting, in the second half, the Bulls have gone cold from the arc. Just 2 of 11 from the three-point line. But the Bulls need really 2 possessions, or they have to make a three-point shot and get fouled on that shot in order to have a chance to tie. Bulls basketball near the midcourt stripe. 18,000 on their feet here at the Delta Center. Harper on the inbounds. Scottie Pippen. A long 3. Malone the rebound, and a quick foul committed. 6 seconds remaining. The Utah bench celebrating, and the Jazz will defeat the Bulls, pinning the first loss of the season on the world champs.
Well, the Bulls started out of the box last season. They won their first 5. They lost a game in Orlando without Shaq, and they had to start it all over. And when they did, they won 18 in a row. So Bulls will just have to get back to the drawing board. Karl Malone off the rim and out.
That foul was committed by Ron Harper. Bulls bench. The look on the faces pretty much says it all.
We're going to take a timeout if Karl, if or not.
Malone, long time at the line. Missed the first, made the second. Malone is 36. Another timeout by the Bulls, who trail 103-98.
They've outscored the Bulls 21-13 in this quarter, and that has been it. It looked like the Bulls were.
Take a look at the schedule for the Bulls. If you're thinking about picking it up with another run, it starts in Los Angeles on Monday night. 3 days off, and then Dallas on Friday. We got the game for you at San Antonio on the 30th. Milwaukee closes out this long road trip on the 3rd. Well, here tonight in the 4th quarter, the Utah Jazz were able to get the job done on the scoring of Karl Malone. 11 fourth quarter points for Malone. Michael had 7 points in this 4th quarter for the Bulls. 7 of the 13 Chicago points in the 4th quarter.
Points were very difficult to come by tonight for the Bulls in the last quarter.
I'll tell you what, this Utah crowd, a great basketball crowd, has enjoyed one of the better games of the NBA this season.
This has been a real test for the Bulls to come in here. Normally, you and I are looking up the scoreboard at this stage of the game and trying to figure out if it's a 21 or a 31-point lead for them. Nobody has left this building. Everybody here.
Utah has outscored Chicago 21-13 in the fourth quarter. Harper again will inbound at center court. Harp looking on the inbounds, gets it to Michael for a quick score. Michael with 44 points, 4.8 seconds remaining. Quick foul committed on Hornacek, and he will go to the line. Hornacek 81% from the free throw line. Here tonight is made good on 6 out of 7 from the line. Harper commits the foul, his 5th. Utah, annually one of the best home teams in basketball, will run its record of 5-1 at home this season. Their only losses, John, were both to Houston. And in one of those games, they held Houston to less than 80 points and still came up short. Hornacek with 1 nail will try to add another. Harper leaves, Longley back on. Along with Tony Kukoc, Karl Malone and Michael Jordan. Tonight they have combined for 80 points. Hornacek with 17 points, and the Chicagoland native makes it 18. 105-100. Long inbounds to Michael, taken away by Karl Malone. And the ball game, the winning streak, the best start in team history for the Chicago Bulls has come to a close. Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz have posted a 105-100 victory over the previously unbeaten world champion Chicago Bulls. We'll be back with the final after these messages. It's 105-100, and here is Red Kerr with tonight's Ameritech playbook. Red?
3.7 on the clock. The end of the third quarter. Tony Kukoc gets the ball. The clock is running down. He fades, lets it fly. The clock is running out. And a basket is good by Tony to beat the buzzer.
Our Southwest Airlines high-flying scorer, Michael Jordan, on 17 of 32 from the field, 44 points and 6 rebounds. Jordan with 44. Karl Malone, 36 points to lead the way for the Utah Jazz on 14 of 28 shooting from the field, 8 of 10 at the free throw line. Malone also had 15 rebounds and 5 assists in the ball game. Our next telecast on WGN will be a week from tonight. The Bulls in San Antonio to face the Spurs. Bullseye, 7 p.m. Tip-off at 7:30 p.m. Tonight's game was produced and directed by Arnie Harris. Bullseye was produced by Skip Ellison. Associate producer John Walgren. Graphics operator Mark Stencil. The executive producer of WGN Sports is Bill Borson. Now for Johnny Red Kerr, this is Wayne Larrabee saying so long from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, where the Utah Jazz have defeated the Chicago Bulls 105-100. Stay tuned for WGN News next.
Chicago Bulls basketball, brought to you by Miller Lite. With the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good. Your local Ford dealer. See your favorite Ford dealer today and see why there's more to afford. McDonald's of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Have you had your break today? Electric Avenue, Montgomery Ward, where you'll find great brands at great prices. Ameritech, your link to better communication. Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. And by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you'll have the freedom to go places.